Good evening, everybody. I hope everyone is enjoying this Ohio spring weather that we're having. My name is Drew DeMall, the Council Program Director, and on the call tonight as well, that's going to be presenting is Wyatt Miller.
Good
And
evening.
hopefully our Camp Director, Jamie Jones, will pop on as well. But we will keep it going here. So as we are here for another Summer Camp 2023 for Camp Berry kickoff, leader webinar, and tonight's presenters, hopefully, like I said, Jamie will join on, and Wyatt Miller is on the call. Good evening, Wyatt.
Good evening. Good to be here.
So we're going to talk a little bit about some more upcoming things that are happening at Camp Berry, and just talk about some stuff that we have, but have talked about in the past, but have now come to fruition. And so talk about those too. If you have any questions or anything like that, please put that in the chat feature so that we can make sure that we answer all of the questions that you guys have. But then it also has a record for it as well. And of course, our meeting is recording and will be posted online to the council's website. Just for tonight's agenda, we're going to briefly touch on the Camp Scholarship Program, some more key dates, talk about some more merit badge stuff, and then open it up for some many questions and of course answers from us as well. So some of you guys have been, or other people have been asking about the scholarship program, and you know, some people from our scouts or unit has went online and filled out the forms and all that stuff. I'm here to tell you that the committee that reviews all the scholarships is working to get together to review everything. The plan is to have it done before that final payment is made, so we can go in there and credit to your guys' account the scholarships that are awarded there. So that way, when the time comes, you're not paying it and then trying to refund it. So the committee is getting together and we'll be reviewing those as well. So I just wanted to give you an update about that program. If there are any scouts that maybe missed the deadline on April 1st, we did reopen the scholarship for round 2, a lot more to really catch our Cub Scouts. But if there is any scouts BSA that you guys know that missed round 1 of our camp scholarships and really want to come to camp, but you know, can't pay for it all, please let them know that it is open until May 31st. So have them get in there and get that second round going. Some key dates and some other information and key fees. So our May 1st kind of a final payment and new scouts and AOL payment due. We put on there May 1st, but knowing that there are still some crossovers happening happening now, or some new scouts joining and whatnot. So the new scout and Era of Light crossovers, their early bird fee technically doesn't end until June 1st. So even though we put that May date on there, we want to try to get as much payment in as possible. But just be aware that the early bird fee is until June 1st for those new scouts and Era of Light crossovers. But please get as much payment as you can in, early enough, especially for scout and scout sibling, to lock in that early bird fee by May 1st. So make sure that those guys are paid up. And then the new scout and Era of Light payment, if it's not fully paid in by May 1st, their early bird fee won't go up to the regular fee until after June 1st. So I wanted to hit on those payment dates as well, just so that way we get those and whatnot. Just a reminder about the golf carts and request form. I know I've had a few people ask me. We are working to draft up a formal letter that we'll send out saying that you're approved, or what the case is on that. So please be patient with us as we're getting those drawn up and sent out. dietary restrictions. If there are any of your guys' scouts or even adults that have any dietary restrictions, please go online to the council's website under camping and then under Scouts BSA forms and resources. And there's if you scroll down, it'll say a general, and they'll have dietary restrictions online form. Please fill that out so that way our cooks and our staff members, our leadership team knows what to get ordered, or so that way we can reach out to the families directly and ask any questions that we might have. Swim tests, you are able to do those ahead of time. You just got to make sure that you've go online and you can Google BSA swim rosters, and on the back of it should have who can and cannot or who can conduct and approve the swim test. But I do have to say that our aquatics director does reserve the right to retest if they feel that it is needed. But swim tests can be done ahead of time for camp. And on here before, we used to have camp bags. I threw this up here, separate page, because the camp bags is live. So up on the website at the very top of the registration page or website page has these little icons underneath the menu bar. And if you click on Berry Packs 23, it actually brings you to this bottom form here that has the different weeks. So you just figure out what week that you're going to camp. And then you click on the register button and you can they can register that way. So please share that with your family. The camp bags are the packs that will have a drawstring bag with goodies inside for the kids that parents, grandparents, or guardians, or even troop leaders, if they want to send a goodie to their scouts while they're at camp, just to give them kind of a brightened day. So when they come into camp on that first Sunday or that Sunday of that week, we will be in contact with the scoutmaster or whoever is in charge of the troop for the week and hand them the bags that's for the troops with the scouts names tagged on it as well. So that way you can give it to them. So please pass that along to the parents that it is live. They just got to go onto the council's website and under the menu bar, Berry Packs, and then select the correct week that they are going to camp, so we can make sure that they get their the bag for that week. Health forms, don't forget, of course, to get your physicals done ahead of time. You can go onto the council's website and download it, or you can just go onto Google and type in BSA health forms or BSA annual forms, and that will pop up as well. This year as well is our camp year shirts. So you can go onto the main page of the council's website, and then about halfway down on the left side, it says latest news. You should see camp shirts, summer camp t-shirts. You can click on there and it'll actually take you to the website. Also, the link is up here as well, which we will put in the chat in a little bit, so you can share that out with your parents to show them and families to show them what it is. And then as a unit, all you got to do is have one person go online, click on the link. It'll ask for how many. It only allow you one, so that one person is going to be the person that we are going to reach out to drop the bags off at the first day of camp. And then it's going to ask you if you want your troop number on it or not, and then it'll ask what week. After you do all that stuff, it'll take you into the breakdown of smalls through 4XL, and you just put in there the number of each shirt that you want. We are definitely working on a better way for next year on how to streamline this more and to use our online store a little bit within our website. But our website is still being with Double Knot. They're still tweaking the store feature on it. So this year we just went with this way. So it can be a little tedious a little bit and sometimes a little daunting, but please bear with us as we do this. And if you have questions, please feel free to reach out to us. We can definitely help with that. So, and right now I turn it over to Wyatt to talk a little bit about our camp staff and then coming up our program.
Sure. Is my microphone working? Just a microphone check.
It is.
All right, all right. As we go on to our next slide here, I do want to press again the camp staff availability that we have right now. The biggest ones that we are again trying to fill is the ATV director and our camp or our garage director, welding staff, etc. Now, not only are those positions open, but we're asking the Scoutmasters, Scouts in general, to spread the word, go out there and seeing if they want to be on camp staff. Now, some of the additions that are going to be going with that are not only some certifications with the scouting program, but while they teach on staff, they will earn the merit badges that they teach. Now, another big thing I do want to mention, if there are any scouts interested in lifeguarding services or cooks or food service throughout the dining hall, again, those things come with special requirements that we will allow them to earn on camp as well. We'll head to our next slide here onto our program. Now, some of our programs that we have going on here, they do have prereqs. Some of the big ones that we have are camping and cooking. Those ones, make sure to take a look at if your scouts are signed up for them, because in years past, we have seen on multiple occasions scouts coming to camp and not having those materials on hand so they can hand it into the counselor and get those requirements signed off. Now, we do have those posted online underneath our forms, and make sure to have your scouts go over those, make sure that they know what they have, know what they need, and are getting prepared for the summer. Not only that, but we also have Polar Bear. So that's going to be every morning at 6:30. You're going to be getting up, you're going to go to the pool, and you're going to get a nice dip. And as the name inspires, the polar bear might freeze a little bit, but you'll be just fine. It is a fantastic experience. And at the end of the week, we'll get a little gift for you guys. Now, some of the new products that we have in the trading post, I'm sure Drew will be able to touch on that more, but there are a ton of new products that we are introducing. So if there are scouts or scoutmasters that are coming into camp and want a little bit more from our trading post, it is absolutely there, and you can see what we're having. Some other things that I do want to touch on, and this will be more during actual camp week, but the leaders and SBL meetings that we'll be holding, they will be held every day. The SBL meeting will be held a short window from 1 to 2. And in the leaders meeting, that will be with Jamie, the camp director, and that'll be a later time during the day. Just to make sure that
9:30 to 10.
9:30 to 10. Okay. All right.
Yeah, 9:30 to 10.
All right. And those will be there just to make sure that everybody knows what's going on, all details for evening programs, and also just for later date activities. And if you have nothing else to add for that, Drew.
And we want to mention that the leaders meeting and SPL are going to be separate meetings because we want to really impress on our SPLs as they are the elected leaders to run the troop, to make sure that they're going to get the same information as the leaders are. There may be a few things different, more pertinent to just SPL, but we want to make sure that the SPL is then sharing that information with you guys as the leaders. So instead of asking them as the leader, what did you guys get out of the SPL meeting? See if they can come to you and share the information as they will be sitting down with Wyatt, and Wyatt will iterate that at every meeting, is to make sure that, hey, share these with your leaders, so that way it will hopefully entice them to do their job as the SPL. So that's why we have them separate, so that way we can see if and kind of instill on our end to the SPL to be a good leader and do what they were elected to do in the troop.
Oh, yes. Another thing I want to press on for some events that we're having. We are holding our OA event on the Wednesday, and if there are members within the OA, please have your scouts, if they have a OA card, it's just a little identification with your OA number and your lodge and all that. If they could bring that to camp or have OA identification, that would be another great thing to bring as well.
Also too, it was brought up at the last webinar, and I've chatted. Jamie and Wyatt and I have been chatting about typically on Thursday night we normally give you guys as the troops food for you guys to cook in the campsite, and it was mentioned the last one if we had thought about it or discussed it about maybe moving that to a Tuesday. We have been talking about it. We haven't made a decision, but I just wanted to give you guys an update that we have been talking about that and discussing about moving that around. And if you guys moving it from just Thursday to Tuesday and just kind of flopping those dates. So just wanted to give you guys an update on that. And as you see, we've gone through now 3 of them. That we're on our 3rd one webinar, and we have one more before camp starts. So May 16th is the next camp specific webinar. So make sure if you haven't or if you have already registered for the May 16th one, or make sure you check on that link coming later on. But it's also in the receipt. After you guys register, you get an email with the receipt of registering for the event, and you can look all the way to the bottom, and the link is there as well. But we will, of course, still send it out as well as we get closer. Again, our leaders guide is still up, and our merit badge schedule, and as Wyatt said, our prereqs are up, and he is. I know him and Jamie are working diligently on getting the camp schedule for the week up and times for that as well. So, but
I was working on that a lot today, and I'm sure we'll have it in by next week.
Yeah. So Wyatt's been working great on that, and so those are up on the website, and highly recommend going there as well to take a look on everything that we have. So it's most of the stuff that we're gonna publish is gonna be under the camping tab at the very top, camping menu, and you hover over that. It'll say Scouts BSA camp registration and forms and resources. If you click on that, that whole page on the website is going to be all of where we're going to put the information at is going to be on that page. So a lot of questions that you guys might have might be found on that page. So I highly recommend taking a look at that. And then as for right now, of course, Jamie Jones, our camp director, which he has joined online. And then of course, Wyatt Miller, our program director. And then Tammy Cooper is our business manager for the summer again this year. So she'll be handling all of the 2024 registrations. I know it's hard to think about that for 24 when we haven't really started 23, but registration for 24 will be ready to go when camp starts. So you can then reserve the week of camp for next year as well. And she'll be the one to help you with that as you guys come throughout the summer. So if you guys have any questions right now, go ahead. You can put that in the chat. If not, we're going to be around for a little bit to answer any questions and that you guys might have, and go from there.
A few scouts was
Great question, Adam. I know why it's reading that. So the question that Adam put is that he has some scouts that are on the wait list and wanted to know at what point we're getting those added to their list or to their scouts.
Go into those forms there. If they are waitlisted, we have a wait list of, I believe, 20 scouts for each merit badge, but it depends on the time of each merit badge as well, because there could be a ton of scouts signing up for one merit badge. So we may have to take a look at their schedule in general.
And I will say, Adam, I know this coming weekend, Jamie and Wyatt have a camp staff development, and I know they will be chatting with the staff members that are going to be leading certain the merit badges that some of our that are waitlisted, and see if we can increase the wait list a little, or capacity a little bit, and then if that's the case, then we remove the kids from the wait list and grant them into the merit badge. So I know after this weekend, once we have a chance to talk with the staff and get their sense for it as well, we'll then start moving wait list off. And I think I know Wyatt and Jamie probably have a list of what is not waitlisted, but I know that's a lot of our merit badges have at least a few or even more that are on the wait list.
Yeah, we will work through and try to get those fixed, and then if we need to make some suggestions out there, we'll let you guys know.
Okay. Census count for week 4. I'm pulling that up right now, so I'll have an answer for you in a couple seconds.
Okay, I don't need that. Right.
Last I saw, week 4 was actually a pretty decent week as far as numbers.
For week 4, we have a total registered of 111.
Yep.
Or actually, yeah. Yep. 64 scouts and 20 adults. And then there are a few others.
So a lot different from last year.
Yes.
What about the other weeks, Wyatt?
I'm looking through them here. The first week, we are looking at 79. The second week, we got 173. So that'll probably be our biggest week. And then week 3, we have 85. Some pretty good numbers. Very good numbers, actually. Pleased to see scouts out here.
Not every year do they offer it, Patrick. It's I think it's on a rotation. I don't remember off the top of my head what the rotation is, but I think it's either in every other year or in every 3 years they rotate the aviation merit badge. And it kind of also depends on the airport that's nearby, and if they haven't made any restrictions for us, then we're good there. But I know last year it might have been a little difficult for us, but we did make it work because they were willing to work with us. But it's either, like I said, in every other year or in every 3 years, the aviation merit badge is rotated in to the camp merit badge cycle.
We got last year we had a scout earn camping merit badge, but not complete prereqs. Blue card was signed by the counselor, having everything done. Please have the counselors make sure the scouts have completed everything. Because problems at home with parents when we know the scouts have not done anything. Temporary offer aviation. Not this summer, no. We do not. We are not offering aviation this summer.
As of right now, Every troop has their own campsite, and only if we have reached out to see, to ask if you guys can share campsites, but right now, every unit has their own campsite unless they're sharing with a girl and a boy troop, or if two units have already come together to share. But right now, every unit has their own campsite.
Are blue cards still out of council only? Now, with blue cards, the only thing I have is just keeping track of them. We want to make sure that our troops keep their documents of them. I still have the ones from the past year that we keep documents of. But if there are ones or scouts in council that just want any merit badge to sign up for, they may absolutely still use the blue cards. They're totally fine. So in council, we will still get the list, just not the cards then. You'll still get a list of the completions and all that. The only difference is if you do not give us blue cards that are already filled out with the information on it, then it's going to be a bit difficult to get all that information on there because we're not going to know who's who. But if
your troop provides the blue cards to the counselor, they will get a blue card in return.
Yes. Yep.
But if the troop does not supply blue cards and just uses the list that we provide, then no, they will not get blue cards back. Because before a merit badge, the scoutmaster or the unit leader needs to sign them.
Can you confirm reservation at Meadows 2? Let's take a look. Week 2. Landorf 229. This is one. Thank you for mentioning this. With the our scheduling, I have 2 troop 229s. I have one registered under an Ed Schimmeler and one under an Adam Mass. So I wanted to make sure that if they were the same troop, then it is the old Scoutmaster. Adam is the new. Okay. With that, I saw his registration is still on here. So we'll have to delete his registration and replace it with yours, because I saw yours was not able to have the campsite you wanted. Yeah, that's why. I think he may have gone in there beforehand and chose it that week, so that's why it probably didn't show up.
What we'll do is we'll once we delete his registration, because it looks like you guys have made all payments and registrations through Adam. Once we get rid of delete his registration, we will go in there and switch your reservation from Boone to Meadows. You are very welcome. Well, if there's nothing else, it is 8 o'clock. Wyatt, Jamie, and I will stay on a little bit longer, but we want to thank you guys for coming out and being with us for another camp webinar. And we are looking forward to seeing all of you and your scouts come out to camp this year. It's going to be an awesome year. And just as Wyatt talked about earlier, some of our new product in our trading post this year is we're working on. We have some new vendors that we're working with for new ice cream products, some new shirts as well, water bottles, and of course, as every scout likes to do, a lot of knives that we will have in our trading post as well. So definitely stop out to our trading post and see what we have to offer.
Cool. We got another question from Tom here. Are you using the same program to register the merit badge requirements that were done as last year?
Those Excel documents, I'm thinking he's talking about Wyatt to track them.
Oh, yeah. I'll have those all on forms, and when we'll get them to you, we'll have those in Excel forms for each troop that came to Camp Berry this summer.
So we'll have those, Tom, but then also what we're working on as well is once Wyatt gets all the information and put into that Excel document, our office staff will be putting them into Double Knot as well. So you should be able to, and through Double Knot, after the week is done, go back in to your registration and view the requirements as well. So we will have the Excel document that Wyatt will share out of the completion and that stuff, but also we'll be putting them into Double Knot.
Yes, they will be sorted by troop. Yes. I agree. I saw them.
Yeah, Wyatt's been working. I can contest Tom and Huck that Wyatt's been working hard to redo those Excel documents to make it one readable for you guys to be able to use for your advancement. So. Awesome. And like I said, I appreciate you guys coming out, and we'll stay on for a little bit longer, but I'm going to end the recording here, and you guys have a safe evening tonight, and we will see you guys next month and then see you in June. So thank you guys for coming out.
Thank you, everyone.